Hello everyone, I am Gloria, an embryologist at Clearview Hospital and Fertility, Lake Lagos. Welcome to another episode of Fertility Focus, and today I'll be enlightening you on fertility preservation. So let's get right into it. Fertility preservation involves the cryopreservation of sperm, eggs, embryos, and other reproductive tissues such as the ovarian tissues in females and testicular tissue in males. The main purpose of fertility preservation is for an individual to be able to have their own biological children in the future whenever they are ready. I mentioned cryopreservation earlier. So this is a cooling technique which involves freezing of reproductive tissues in liquid nitrogen at a temperature of minus 196 degrees Celsius. This extremely low temperature aims to stop any form of cell metabolism that may cause damage to your sperm, eggs, or embryos. This ensures that they remain viable for a very long time. There are several situations where fertility preservation can be considered, and one of them is in cancer patients who are about to begin their treatments. Usually, these treatments, such as radiotherapy and chemotherapy in high doses, can be very toxic and can cause decline in fertility. Okay, it can affect sperm production. So usually, the physician would advise such patients to carry out sperm preservation so that they can have the option of having their biological children in future. Another instance where fertility preservation can be considered is in females who are not ready to have kids during their peak reproductive years. Okay, it is a known fact that fertility declines with age. So usually from age 30, fertility gradually declines. So for females who are not ready yet for one reason or the other, probably they are pursuing their career, educational reasons, financial reasons, probably not having the right partner at that moment. Okay, so they can decide to freeze their eggs, or if they have a partner, embryos, and whenever they are ready, they can have children with ease. So I'll be taking you briefly on how we freeze sperm, eggs, and oocytes in the laboratory. So for the sperm freezing, usually we begin by carrying out a blood test on the male partner. Okay, we have to ensure that his infectious screening are cleared, and afterwards his semen sample is collected. He does that via masturbation. Okay, and once we have the semen sample, we do our routine semen analysis in the lab to ensure that the sperm is of good quality. It is highly essential that a sperm of good quality is frozen. This is because not all sperm cells will survive the freezing to thawing cycle. Okay, studies have shown that usually after freezing, about 2/3 of the sperm, might not survive the whole cycle. So if you freeze a good sample, you could still have a very good sample after thawing. So usually once the routine semen analysis is done and we're ready to carry out the freezing, the sperm freezing media is gradually placed into the semen sample. This sperm freezing media contains cryoprotectants that would that will protect the semen sample from any damages that may be caused by freezing. So when we're ready for the storage, the freezing media is brought to room temperature, okay, and it is gradually placed into the semen sample. This freezing media contains cryoprotectants which protects the semen sample from any damages that may be caused by the freezing process. So once it is mixed properly with the semen sample, it is split into cryo vials. These are just small vials where we store the semen sample for freezing. Okay, so we split them into these cryo vials, and then it is allowed to slow freeze in the vapor of liquid nitrogen for about 30 minutes before it is deepened into the main cryopreservation tank with the liquid nitrogen. So when this semen sample is ready for use, it is simply brought out from the main tank into the laboratory and allowed to reach room temperature. So this process is known as thawing. So now to the embryos and oocyte freezing. So unlike the sperm freezing, which we use the slow freezing method, the freezing for the oocytes and embryos require a more rapid process known as vitrification. This vitrification involves freezing of the removal of water molecules from oocytes and the embryos rapidly in such a way that these water molecules do not have time to form ice crystals, but instead they solidify to form a glass-like structure. Okay, so this process involves also passing the oocytes or the embryos through the vitrification media. This is done rapidly. It is passed through the vitrification media and then placed in a cryostraw and immediately deepened directly into the liquid nitrogen. There is no allowing the vapor, in this case, to freeze it. So once that is done, it is then transferred into the cryo tank for storage. Usually, embryos are frozen on day 5 of the cycle. Okay, this is when it has reached blastocyst stage. This freezing at this stage ensures the survival of the embryos, and it ensures that when they are thawed, they are viable for transfer. Fertility preservation is a very important aspect in the IVF cycle process, and it's at Clearview Fertility Hospital. Your sperm, eggs, embryos are in the best professional hands. Thank you. Once again, I am Gloria an embryologist at Clearview Hospital and Fertility. Thank you for listening. Please check out our other YouTube videos for more educational tips on fertility. Thank you. Bye.